Now, it seems that Rockstar has decided to join the mental asylum by requiring people to age verify themselves if they want to play their game online. And so, I don't know about other people, but I'm not going to dox myself in order to play a stupid video game. I don't know if this is because like some genius at Rocksteady decided, hey, you know what we need to do? Get our customers and their mothers to dox themselves before playing the game. Or is it like some government legislation? But I can already tell what's going to happen. I'm already seeing the problem with this, right? Like imagine you have a guy named Little Billy, right? And Little Billy, he's 17. He wants to play this game online, and Dad goes like, you know what, Little Billy? You're absolutely right. Like, this is horseshit. This is ridiculous. Like, yeah, I think you can play GTA. And then Dad is going to use his ID in order to allow Little Billy to play. And what's going to happen is like Little Billy, maybe he is a cheeky little shit. You know, maybe he talks some mad shit on the internet. Maybe he does a racist joke. Or maybe he flirts with another girl his age. Or whatever the fuck, but it's going to get Dad into big trouble. Because now his ID is being registered, right? So everything Little Billy says reflects on the Dad. And if we're going with the digital ID bullshit, oh boy, it's going to affect a lot of stuff that Dad does, right? I'm guaranteeing to you, like, this is one of the problems that you're going to see. Like, a lot of adults that are going to see this, they're going to say, hold on a little bit, right? Like, the ESRB was an advisory board. Right? Like, it was supposed to inform me, the parent, that there are certain things in that video game that a teenager, not a child, a teenager can't access. But I know my Little Billy. Yeah, I know my Little Billy. He's not a cretin. He's not a retard. He understands the dangers of the internet because I taught him well. You know, like maybe he's got a summertime job. Maybe he drives a car. I think he can play GTA Online. I think he can. But like, apparently the government is saying no. It's not your child anymore. It's not your decision. It's ours. And this is like what enrages a lot of people because the assumption is now that a parent doesn't know their child as well as the government does. Like a parent that grew up with their kid every single day and they know Little Billy a lot better. And if the parent, for instance, thinks that, okay, maybe Little Billy is not ready enough, even though he's 18, maybe Little Billy has a little bit of autism. Or maybe he's genuinely a cheeky little shit, doesn't deserve to play GTA, right? So the parent goes, yeah, you're an adult, but as long as you live under my house, you live under my rules, right? Can a parent do that? I think a parent can do that. I think if a parent tells Little Billy he's not ready to get a car, even though Little Billy is 20, Little Billy is not getting a car, right? Like if Little Billy wants a car, he needs to go to work for a living. But on the other end of the scale, it can also happen that Little Billy is 16. And the parent goes like, okay, so Little Billy is smart enough, like he's educated, like I know him. Yeah, I think he can play GTA. I think he can go online and shit talk and do all the stuff that I did when I was a teenager. Yeah, when it comes to GTA, it's fine. Why is parenting taken away from parents? Like, since when did we decide this culture that every human being is the same and every single milestone is the same and there's no negotiation, no room for debate, the government knows better? Like, the word parent isn't being used at all anymore, right? It's absolutely disturbing. Now, regarding the doxing, I'm actually curious, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, is this something that Rockstar Games decided, or is it the government organization that is forcing them? And if yes, which one? Because I want to know. And the reason I want to know is that I guarantee to you this bullshit is not here to stay. Like, you're going to look at this bullshit the exact same way we're looking at the pandemic. Like, you know, in the beginning, all of it seemed to keep pouring in. Like, all of the pandemic regulations were just pouring in. And everyone was abhorred by how many liberties and freedoms were taken away. But after a while, the pandemic left, right? I think it's the same thing here because, like, it's going to inconvenience a lot of normies. The level of actual danger that people are exposing to by doxing themselves online is catastrophic. Like, the first time you're going to get a data breach into one of these companies and you're going to see people's real faces and then people IDs and driving licenses and all of that shit going online, it's going to be a real horror show. And it's also inconvenient, right? Like people constantly having to dox themselves. Like no one likes to do that. And there's going to be a push against it. And all the people responsible, all the politicians, all the activists, all of the pious people, all of the think of the children are going to find a very difficult job in getting donations and in maintaining their cushy government positions. Like the same fury that Donald Trump had when he went against the woke and he started firing people en masse and entire publications were shut down. The same fury that governments had when they started punishing politicians that led us through the pandemic is the exact same fury that people are going to eventually have like 5 years down the line towards the imbeciles that are pushing this shit. And they're even like telling it to your face that is to protect the children. When the actual children are now using various techniques like Gary's mod in order to bypass this censorship. And they're having like various jailbreaks and other techniques on Reddit in order to bypass it. It's absolutely abysmal, right? Because, like, again, like, what's going to happen is the actual children, right? Like, the little youngsters, the 17-year-old innocent people that don't know anything, they're actually going to use jailbreaks and shit because they have no other option, right? Like, how do I know? Because I used to be a teenager myself. It's what I would have fucking done. And I don't think, like, the world has become that dumb that, like, a person that's 17 doesn't know how to fucking use a computer. Right? So, like, the actual people that this legislation is allegedly targeting, they're going to get around the system. But the adults that, you know, the normies that don't really care, they're like, oh, sure, you know, I'll dox myself. Because it's convenient. You just open your wallet, you show ID, right? Not a big deal. Well, apparently, it is a big deal. Because the moment there's a data breach, or the moment you misbehave in a video game, and not to mention, like, a lot of video games now are starting to record audio and they're using AI in order to listen in to what you've said. Like, everything is monitored. Like, my fucking God, like, even the Soviet Union didn't have this ability. Everything you do in your life, everything has to be recorded. Everything has to be monitored. When did we decide we want to live like this? Like, it's fucking insane, you know? Like, okay, there's drugs on the street. Does that mean that the cops should break into every single person's house? Everything with a lock means that the government should have a key for it so that they can come into your house and check to see, like, what if you have drugs? And you're like, well, I don't. Like, but we need to check, right? Maybe have the government install cameras into your house in order to make sure that you don't actually have anything illegal. Well, never mind. They do that, right? Like, the police can access the ring cloud. So, no, like, they actually do that. I guarantee to you, like, when they're going to push for butlers as robots, like, there's already companies that are trying to make them, right? Like robot butlers. And it goes around the house and it does your chores and shit. And the first thing that they're probably going to do in Britain is to say that humans aren't allowed to use knives. Only the butler robot should use knives. But the second one is like, that's going to be a spyware in your house. Like, everything they see is going to be uploaded to a cloud to quote unquote improve the product. And that is also going to check to see if, you know, the kids are safe or whatever. We're going to that level. You know, George Orwell, people are constantly mentioning, like, 1984. 1984 was like a pseudo-authoritarian government that had access to some technology. The level of shit that this is coming with, it's insane. Like, the complete abolition of online privacy, the complete abolition of free speech. And on top of that, like, they will definitely put it into real life as well when we have robots. But again, like, I do think that at some point people are going to be fed up with this nonsense. I already see it on the internet. Like, no one is buying it that it's for kids anymore. Like everyone that says it's for kids is just being called retarded. It's like, dude, like, you already see what's happening in Britain. It's not even a slippery slope. Like, less than a week in and they're censoring protests and shit. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, right? And now they're doing it in video games and stuff. Like, who agreed to this? Put parental controls like normal people. Let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you on my live stream. There's a link to that into the pinned comment. Take care.